but we're moving on. So speaking of champions, it looks as if the AEW World Women's Champion Jamie Hayter will be in action next week alongside Britt Baker. They're going to be having a tag team match, and they're going to be facing off against Saraya and a mystery partner of her choosing. So my question is, who do you think Saraya is going to choose as her mystery partner?
Jeez. I was trying to think about it last time. I'm trying to think about talents that are expired at the moment, and then I was also thinking, like, what if they like snuck in a WWE talent? Like, I laughed at the idea of like, what if it was Mandy Rose, but it's not gonna be Mandy Rose. We know that. But that'd be a cute circle back, though, considering she was
That would.
supposed to work with them and build them up. And now that
Right.
like she is that girl, like she could hang like not behind Paige, but next to Paige. So that'd be great if it was, but
Yeah.
obviously that's not realistic. Um, shoot, off of the roster that they have building now, I don't know who. Maybe Ruby Riott. I would love to see, but I think she's in a feud with Tay Conti, so that wouldn't work. But I would love to see like the both of them working with each other because they look like they would make sense besides each other. And also, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like Ruby Riott kind of deserves a nice rub. Who better than to put her next to Paige in an important feud? She already has beef with Britt Baker. You know what I mean? She had
Right.
one of the coolest fucking debut feuds for the women, even though it was controversial. So I feel
Mm-hmm.
like they would make sense. It would remind me a little bit of like AJ Lee and Paige when they had a pair in WWE.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
know, it was the odd ones out against the pretty girls. Like I kind of would have loved that. Who do you think?
Ooh, you're gonna like this, or you may. I don't know if you're gonna like this or not. But I think we're gonna see the return of Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander is someone who's been off TV for a while because she sustained an
Ooh.
injury. We haven't been we haven't really seen or heard a lot from her. And before she was injured, Chris Statlander was someone who a lot of the AEW audience was big on. I think that she was also undergoing like a character transformation as well. She was going from like the mystical like space girl to like being a little bit more
I hated
believable.
that gimmick
I,
so much. I'm sorry.
so so I think
I
that
love her. I met her. She's
yeah,
great. This gimmick was ass.
but yeah,
Go
like
on. Sorry.
I think you're good, you're good, you're good. I think Chris was somebody that people have a heavy gravitation towards because of who she is as like a person, as an in-ring performer, gimmick aside, and her allegiance with best friends also helps. So I think that seeing her next to Saraya would be a nice little pleasant surprise, considering that she is already within house. And that could be another feud for Britt. If they're planning on keeping Jamie and Britt as best friends and side by side and no one's gonna turn on the other, then Britt needs to be a little bit busy. And I feel like Britt can elevate Chris because Britt has always been someone who has elevated the talents of the women's division. So yeah, my pick for next week is going to be Chris Statlander. I think that she's going to make her return
I
and
like
team
her.
with Saraya.
I just wish they would stop at. Yeah, no, I like her. I just wish they would stop attaching her at the hip because she really could stand on her own. Like she's a very good
Mm-hmm.
worker on her own. But I feel like
Mm-hmm.
Tony Khan doesn't fully believe in her. I'm not sure if
Mm-hmm.
it was it because of the gimmick because the crowd loves her. Maybe online they hate her, but like everyone loves Chris Statlander, and I feel like she's a great worker. She's a great talent. She does get the crowd going. I think it'd be nice to pair her with Paige, like you just said. That's actually like something I could like see, but I do want her to like work on her own because she could hold her own. Like she's fine. She
Mm-hmm.
doesn't need extra padding. That's just what I think.
I
Sorry.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I don't think that this is like Soraya's way of developing an alliance officially with somebody. I think she's just looking for a one-off partner. But I agree with you as far as like her
Yeah.
standing on her own. I think that she can stand on her own. But I think that the perfect way of her being reintroduced in a way that's going to like put her in a main event or main event-esque picture is by putting her in a match with arguably three of the biggest women in that division between Saraya, Britt Baker, and Jamie Hayter. You have Saraya and Britt, obviously two of the most influential women in the division. And then you have the champion, Jamie Hayter, who's the world champion. By nature, she's influential. She's a game changer in that division as well. So whoever comes,
Mm-hmm.
in the company of those three is going to automatically get that rub. So I think that Chris is someone that is well deserving of that rub, and I think that she's gonna get it. But Want to know what everybody else's opinions are. Let us know if you believe that, if you have an idea of who's also going to be the mystery partner of Saraya when they go up against Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker. But moving on,